Does it seem like forever ago that you were getting things ready for preseason? And if you could give us an idea of the arc of this season, where you've endured a lot of injuries, you've seen a lot of highs, some low, but just kind of a big picture look at this regular season.
Yeah, great question. I mean, driving over here today and thinking this is game 44, how like at times it went fast and at times it went really slow, right? Um, yeah, I think just the 2 or 3 days leading up to our first game, with the new group, we had an awesome training camp, and then Kalia and Mac get hurt, and yeah, there hasn't been a lot of games in my career where I'm just like, I don't know what we're going to see tonight. But game one, I definitely had that feeling, just because we had a lot of people that hadn't played in our league, to be quite honest, and no one on our team was around us a year ago. So um, that was a fun part of the year, just because we had different people stepping up all the time that kind of were unproven and hadn't done it in this league, right? And then the leadership of AT and Satu just helped facilitating a new culture without any idea really who we were. Um, and then it's just been fun as we've just gotten healthy, right? And the addition of DB and just the preparation and planning for the playoffs, right? Obviously, we have one more game here tonight, but I really do like where we're at. I think we've continued to get better, and we've got a group that is excited about what's in front of them.
You anticipate the same kind of game plan in terms of minutes dispersed with your starters? Obviously, you had some really good subs coming in for that entire fourth quarter against LA.
Yep.
Might we see something similar to that?
Yeah, I think you're going to see the minutes be balanced out all the way through the roster, which is good. I mean, we've had people that were very productive early in the year that haven't gotten the same amount of minutes. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens on good teams, right? Like some really good players get squeezed out of minutes, and I'm happy for them that they're getting in and getting to play here a little bit the last couple games.
How do you prepare for a team like Dallas? It's a whole new team. They've got a lot of new players on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think our focus is us. I think it's on, us being competitive defensively. It's us sharing it. And to be quite honest, most importantly, just stay healthy.
How important, Nate, was it early on? You were putting together a bunch of different lineups when you were here the last time.
Yeah.
And it's paying off now. How big was that when you look back at that?
Yeah, I think throughout the year, part of our job as coaches is to explore different things, right? We've moved our starting center around. Early in the year. It was Cat, and then we went to Mac, and DB got here, and we were subbing her in as the 4 and 5, and now we've kind of shifted her to the perimeter, and we kind of had 2 point guards, and now we've moved Sammy to some point. And so I think that's just kind of us figuring out who we are and the right rotations. I mean, I don't know if it's perfect, but it feels like our group understands when they're coming in and when they're coming out and who they're playing next to.
When you look at what AT did with that triple double in 3 quarters, that she had that smile coming to the bench because she knew you were bringing her home, sitting right there next to you.
Yeah.
But if you could reflect on what she did in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I was super surprised because I just saw her in transition, like a freight train, like she is going at Brink, and I felt like Brink almost like grabbed her, and I thought she almost like turned her ankle, so I couldn't get a sub quick enough. And then I subbed her out, and the crowd started cheering, and I was like, what happened? And I looked up, and she had a triple double. So I didn't sub her out at that moment because she had gotten the triple double. I had subbed her out because the goal was to get her out early in the third, and she had kind of almost in a position to take a hard fall, and I was like, I've seen enough. And anyway, very impressive. It just kind of goes along with the year that she's had, right? yeah, I mean, she just, anytime she goes into half and has got like 8, 6, and 6, we're probably well on our way to another triple double.
Nate, chemistry is a delicate thing, and yet you brought DB in when you guys are actually playing really good.
Yeah.
What gave you the confidence to make that move at that point in the season?
Yeah, I think just the maturity of our group. We established early in the year a leadership committee, Kalia, AT, Satu, and Sammy, and just having conversation. The thing that got me excited about DB was just, what she did as a player a year ago, the playoffs that she had. And obviously every situation is different, but in my mind, I'm like, she couldn't have fallen off that far from, the playoffs a year ago to the start of the season. And so, and obviously just all the years that AT and DB had played together, AT obviously was a spokesperson for that. And our players shared with AT their thoughts and their concerns and why they thought it'd be a good idea and not. And that's why I give them credit. They took ownership on it. And yeah, DB has just really helped. Obviously Sammy was our oldest veteran. DB is right there with her now. And yeah, they just kind of overlooked the whole group, right? And they've accepted DB. I think early on it was new for DB, first time being in a mid-season trade or pickup, something like that. I think that's always hard. And so she's just given us a level of professionalism, her experience, her length, everything that we've gone through and you're going to go through, she's already seen. And so her off-ball cutting and corner threes probably have been the most valuable thing just for our group to see, and just having patience in that corner and just being willing to cut and rewarded with passes from AT.
We're gonna go to Zoom. Go ahead, Dylan.
Well, Coach, going back to talk on the rotations, how are you going to approach playoff rotations? Last season we saw you pretty much do an 8-player rotation in the playoffs. With the reserves kind of coming in for the final quarter last night, is that something where you might even try looking at extending the rotation in the playoffs, or is it kind of, keeping it a short, tight group?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume most teams, coaches are, going to squeeze their rotation some. I mean, the last month or 6 weeks, we've gotten down to an 8-player rotation. I'm hopeful that we're healthy coming out of tonight, and we're in the 8-player rotation that we've had. Some of those minutes may change a little bit, but my plan is to play those 8, and we'll disperse those minutes accordingly.
Hey, Coach, it's good to see you. So, we have lost the last 2 games. How do you look tonight's game as something they could build on the momentum before hosting the playoff game on Sunday against New York Liberty?
Yeah, I've really liked our spirit here the last couple games. Connecticut obviously was a tough trip, tough early game. We were in position to win and obviously didn't come out with that. The LA game, the main priority was to get everyone minutes, and super proud of that group in the fourth. LA was battling for a playoff spot, and our group that was in there hadn't got a ton of minutes here lately, and they, I think the quarter score was 24-21. We were in position to win that game. And so the same mentality will be tonight. Let's play the right way, be productive and in your minutes, and let's support one another.
Last question, David.
Hi, Coach. When did Lexi's quad injury occur, and what's the level of concern with that?
It happened last game, and I don't think there's a level of concern. She's gonna try to give it a go here tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,